I would provide, have industry to come into the city to build. I would provide tax incentives, at least for the first few years, for them to come into our city, to encourage more business to come in order to provide jobs for people that have at a certain level to match our city. That would only be temporary, of course. I wouldn't want it to extend too far, just to encourage the business to come in initially. And for the second part of the question, it was to provide self-employment. Is that it? So to provide self-employment, there's other opportunities that people can stimulate if we can provide some type of program through the city. If there's money for it, in order to provide an incentive for people to do self-employed home, then I would go for that.
I think the main thing that would address your questions is Vaughan sorely lacks a comprehensive economic development strategy, and that's what we sorely need. Our current strategy is based on how many homes we can shove into a subdivision and taking a piece of land and seeing how far up we can go with a condo. That's it. That's all we need. There has been no strategic thinking because this past council has no innovative ideas. We need new ideas, not the same old tired thinking. Okay? And a comprehensive economic strategy will bring the jobs of tomorrow. Well, I'm not just looking at the jobs that pay $10 an hour and people ending up at food banks. We need the jobs that are going to sustain people's lives and their families.
There's only 1 minute. You gotta go quick. If you keep talking, you're gonna lose even that, Carrie, so get to it.
Okay, first we need an economic plan. The official plan was passed without an economic plan, and there's no plan of where the jobs are going to come from, what the commercial or the industrial land is going to look like, what kind of businesses we're going to attract. We need a technology park. We've got very educated, talented people in Vaughan, and if we had a technology park set aside specifically to attract technology industry, we would bring better paying jobs right here to Vaughan. That's first of all. But to attract the grassroots, I think what we need to do is to expand the Vaughan Business Center to provide education and partner with some of the local community education systems, the high schools, etc., so that they can bring their resources right here to Vaughan and to help the grassroots in Vaughan.
Thank you, Carrie. You almost did it in 1 minute. Thank you. Mario. Close. Way to go. Mario.
Thank you. With respect to the first question, part of the answer is to have a plan so that land is zoned properly to allow for employment areas such as we have in the enterprise zone along the Highway 50 area, also Highway 27. That area has been set aside specifically for those kinds of jobs. Highway 400, we have employment land so that there's opportunities to create not just part-time but full-time and permanent jobs. With respect to how do you assist with the entrepreneurial or self-employment, we have in the city the Vaughan Business and Education Center, the VBAC, that provides support. And we need to expand that kind of service to ensure that those in need are provided. The region also provides funding for organizations that are interested in establishing.
Thank you, Mario. Michael.
Thank you. The last time statistically I checked, Vaughan is an importer of jobs. More jobs are created in Vaughan. People come from Toronto, from other municipalities to Vaughan. The problem is people cannot settle in Vaughan because it's too expensive. We don't have enough types of housing to meet the needs of people that would like to move to Vaughan. Our economic development department is not existent. It's supposed to provide information, provide incentives, provide all kinds of information to the public looking to start a business, to get started, where to locate, and the type of business that's required. We don't have that, and I think the Economic Development Department should come back. We do have VBAC, yes, that's correct, but I think more needs to be done. And where's the Chamber of Commerce? There's no communication between the Chamber of Commerce and Council in the City of Vaughan. That has to change. There's got to be more communication there. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
I think one of the big problems is, to repeat this, is the lack of an economic plan. We have employment lands in the 400. We have the Vaughan Enterprise Zone along the 27 or 427 corridor, and then we have what is going to be the Vaughan Corporate Center at Jane and Highway 7. What we really have to make sure that happens is that these lands don't get rezoned for condominiums and homes. My big fear is that we're going to build the subway to Jane and 7, and the Vaughan Corporate Center there will disappear, and it'll be nothing but condos. To have a subway line come to our city and end at condos is going to do our city absolutely no good. The employment lands along the 400 have to stay that. There's condominium plans that have been passed around. Highway 7 and Weston Road, for example, it is a commercial area. Now they're talking about putting condominiums there. This has got to stop. We need a business base for our community, and the more business we have is going to attract even further business. And
Good work. Good work, Lot 2. You managed to do it tightly. Now we're going to see how Lot 1 does. Deb, we're starting with you. We may not start with you if the microphone...
Sorry, up to now we've had a strong focus on manufacturing and logistics centers in Vaughan. What we've been lacking is the high quality jobs that are suitable for the carrying costs of the homes, our homes. We need to encourage prestige employment, which will be attracting those high quality jobs to Vaughan. But companies won't come if we're all tied up in gridlock and our taxes are too high. So we have some work to do to make Vaughan attractive. We're rich in opportunities, so we got to get busy and start taking advantage of those. Cottage industries are alive and well in Vaughan, and we can help support these with initiatives such as support centers. Thanks very much.
Our industrial and commercial tax rates are very attractive, much lower than our neighbors. That's one of the reasons why a lot of industry is located in Vaughan. Okay, so let's make that clear. In terms of economic development, yes, we do have an economic development. We have had it for a long time. It was created when I first joined council, and I was one of the people that pushed to have it done because we recognize that it's very important to do so. And we have been assisting people, and I think people should know that. And we do have a plan, we do have a strategy, and if someone wants to visit our city and ask for it, it's available. Secondly, for the youth, we do have a Vaughan Business Enterprise Center that looks after a young entrepreneur, and we assist them in developing their plans and initiating new business. And it has been very successful. Thank you.
Thank you, Gino.
Yes, our strategy to create jobs, we need to invest in growth technologies, green technologies, data services. Everybody wants the internet, everybody wants a cell phone. You need those kind of services here because they're outside of here. As for stimulating grassroots self-employment, definitely the Vaughan Business Enterprise Center is doing that job, and if it needs more money, then that's where it needs to go.
The city of Vaughan has more jobs than it has people looking for jobs. I think those are important statistics. More than 60% of the people that live in Vaughan work in Vaughan. We have put in place mechanism and policy to protect our industrial areas. The enterprise zone has already been spoken about. The Vaughan Metropolitan Center, you will see it slowly start to come alive in the next few years as we continue to encourage to bring forward, higher, I guess, AAA corporations. And we have a plan, as it's already been said. We have an economic development plan that will hopefully, work towards doing that. It's just a question of working together, and I believe that the immigrant center that we have, for instance, which is one of the very first of its kind that people can go to, that will help them.
Dominic?
Thank you. My focus has been at green, renewable energies such as solar and wind and energies anything that has to do with the green energy, to provide land cost at a reasonable price, maybe defer some of the DC charges to create skilled labor for those green renewable energy jobs that are worldwide, basically. There's been a growth in renewable energy throughout the world, and then we should attract those industries to Vaughan by offering incentives through land or deferral under some of the DC charges to locate in Vaughan. There's one company in Vaughan that has located. The industry is huge. We can create a lot of skilled labor jobs here in Vaughan by offering incentives. For the cottage industry, be more lax on the bylaws to allow office and professional uses at home. Hopefully people open up their own home offices and do work at home without the bylaws interfering with opening offices in your residence. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Proper planning and jobs. Do the jobs meet the needs of the community? I don't think so. We need to ensure various employment opportunities for all the residents of Vaughan. And we need to begin by creating or bringing back the Economic Development Department, not just a committee, and truly focusing on tourism, the small businesses thriving, attracting new business and corporations of all types. Also, we need to provide the skills and education required in today's economy and enhance partnerships, not only with the Chamber of Commerce, but with the Ministry of Training and colleges and university. We need to move forward. Saying that we have a plan, this is past issues. We need to move forward and bring the community together and work on this. And it all begins with an economic development plan. Thank you.
Thank you.